Oh, so taxation's theft, huh? Alright. Welcome to my new hit series, Comments So Silly I Wrote Them on a Piece of Cardboard. Let's get into the reason that people say taxation is theft, because it's not really that they have to do it, because theoretically, you could just not have taxes withheld from your paycheck and then just never pay them. There are just going to be a lot of consequences if you decide to do that. So it's inherently those consequences that make people believe that taxation is theft, because if they didn't pay taxes, they could go to prison or whatever. The thing is, you can apply that to things that aren't taxation. For example, there are severe consequences if you don't pay rent. In 48 states, it's actually illegal to be homeless. And the thing is, when you compare rent to tax rates, people pay considerably more in the percentage of income for rent than they do taxes. The tax rate of the top 1% of taxpayers was around 23%, but half of Americans pay more than 30% of their income in rent. But by that logic, that means in 48 states, rent is theft. Because again, you can choose not to pay rent if you want to, but there will be severe consequences. Just like you can choose not to pay taxes if you want to, but there will be huge consequences. I know what you might be thinking, but Nick, you actually get stuff back when you pay for food and rent, right? Well, first off, people get stuff back when they pay for taxes too. The police department, fire department, you know, everything that taxes supply you. But Nick, with rent and food, you're only paying for what you're using. With taxes, you're paying for everyone's stuff. But actually, this can apply to rent as well, because with rent, you're not actually paying for anything that you're keeping. You're paying to use the thing. Which means while you're paying for what you're using at that very moment, you're also paying for your landlord to own the house later. You are actively giving your landlord more than you are taking when you're paying rent, just like taxes. And honestly, this kind of goes with every step of capitalism. If you buy something from the store, you're not just paying the price of what it took to make that thing, you're also paying the salaries of who made it for you. You're paying for marketing, you're paying for warehousing, you're literally paying for every step in the production. Everybody who was a part or maybe not a part in making that thing. Oh, and don't forget the healthy chunk of the amount of money that you paid going to profits and investors. And this goes with insurance too. If you're a healthy adult with very few medical problems, you are paying for a lot of the care that other people receive with your insurance company. You hate the idea of putting your money into something that you're getting less money out of. You actually hate capitalism because that is one of its defining traits. And unlike rent and food, there are actually ways to avoid paying taxes at all. For instance, if you decide to donate all of the money that you made aside from what you need to survive, you likely won't be paying very much, if any, taxes. And with sales tax, if all you do is buy food, utilities, and shelter, then you're also not paying any taxes, depending on where you live, on any of that stuff either. But Nick, that wouldn't be a very fruitful life, now would it? Yeah, you're paying taxes on what you're using.